Man, it's a great fight for boxing. I know people don't agree with it, but if Canelo fights one inkling of the wrong fight, he's gonna lose. If he comes out and fights the right fight, it's gonna be a tough one. So right now, I think it go either way.
I'd probably go with Canelo, because I really can't see, besides Benavidez, that's probably the only guy that could probably beat Canelo on 168, but I can't see nobody else beating Canelo on 168.
As the fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez is getting closer, pros are sharing their final predictions on the clash. Danny Garcia believes that no one can beat Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds. He thinks that 168 is the perfect weight for Canelo, as he's already beaten everyone in that weight class. Danny explains that Canelo is the bigger and stronger fighter, and if he faced someone like Terence Crawford right now at 168, he would probably choose Canelo to win, despite Crawford's skills. The only fighter Danny sees possibly beating Canelo at that weight is David Benavidez, but aside from him, no one else stands a chance.
At 168, I just can't see nobody beating Canelo at that weight. That's his weight. You know, he beat everybody at the weight. Like, that's his weight. Like, that's the perfect weight for Canelo. So, Canelo faced probably better competition. He's gonna be the bigger guy, stronger. So, if they fought each other right now at 168, you know, Crawford got the skills, but I'll probably go with Canelo, because I really can't see. Besides Benavidez, that's probably the only guy that could probably beat Canelo on 168, but I can't see nobody else beating Canelo on 168.
Oscar De La Hoya doesn't think Crawford can beat Canelo. He believes Canelo is a big puncher, and that the pressure from a heavier fighter like Canelo would be too much. Even though Crawford could use Canelo's tendency to walk into traps, De La Hoya thinks the size difference would be a big challenge, with Canelo possibly weighing around 200 pounds in the ring. He acknowledges Crawford's skills, but says if Crawford somehow wins, he'd be considered a legend in boxing, the messiah of fighters.
But I just don't see it as a fighter. I just don't see it. I mean, Canelo is a big puncher. You know, yeah, he walks on quicksand, and that's one thing that Crawford can use against him. But you know, the pressure of the heavier guy. Canelo will be 200 pounds up in that ring. You know, so it's a tough fight, but look, I give all the credit to Crawford. If he pulls that one off, Jesus, he'll be the messiah of boxing, of fighters, you know.
Tim Bradley expressed concern about the potential Canelo fight, mentioning that Canelo won't back down and is incredibly tough. Bradley's worried because Canelo is naturally strong and has been fighting at that weight class for a long time, making him fully acclimated to it. He advises against trading punches with Canelo, even though the fighter in question may be strong. Bradley emphasizes the danger of facing such a seasoned fighter who has such an advantage in strength and experience at that weight.
A little bit of me moving forward, that's what scares me about the Canelo fight, to be honest with you, because
he ain't gonna back down. He ain't gonna back down.
No,
not. He's
not gonna back, and he's tough, and that's what scares me about that fight, because you don't need to be trading with that bull. Like, I know you're strong, but that dude is naturally strong, and he's been at his weight class for a very long time. So he's acclimated. You're not. You don't need to be trading with this guy at all, regardless of how the fight is going.
Roy Jones Jr. shared his thoughts on the potential Canelo versus Crawford fight, calling it a great match for boxing. He acknowledged that not everyone agrees with the fight, but he believes it could go either way. According to Roy, if Canelo fights the wrong fight, he could lose. But if he fights the right fight, it will be a tough battle. He also discussed how Crawford should approach the fight, advising that Crawford should come in as big as he can, getting to the weight limit, since there is a weight limit in place.
Fight night. Man, it's a great fight for boxing. I know people don't agree with it, but if Canelo fights one inkling of the wrong fight, he's gonna lose. If he comes out and fights the right fight, it's gonna be a tough one. So right now, I think it go be.
Juan Manuel Marquez expressed his thoughts on the fight, saying he's not a fan of it because while Terence Crawford is a fantastic fighter, boxing has weight divisions for a reason. He recognized Crawford's talent in the super lightweight, welterweight, and super welterweight divisions, but questioned if moving up more weight classes is a wise decision. He brought up Crawford's fight with Madrimov, where he appeared slower and lacked power. Although he admired Crawford's defensive skills and punching combinations, he feels the weight class might not suit him.
I don't like the fight because Terence Crawford is a good fighter, but in the sport of boxing it has divisions. You know what I mean? You know?
Right, weight classes.
You know what?
Right?
Yeah, weight classes
for a reason.
Weight classes for yeah. And Terence Crawford is a good fighter in super lightweight, welterweight, super welterweight, but I think more. I remember when Terence Crawford fought with Madrimov.
Yes.
He looks slow. He looks with no power, and three more divisions, two more divisions. I think it's a top fight for Terence Crawford, but Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He has a great defense. He has a good combination punches, but I think the weight class is no good for him.
Sebastian Fundora supported Canelo Alvarez, highlighting how comfortable Canelo is at 168 pounds, a weight where he has already fought for the undisputed title. While he recognized Terence Crawford's greatness and his ability to possibly make 168 pounds naturally, Fundora pointed out the large difference between 147 and 168 pounds. He believes that Canelo's experience in the division gives him a clear advantage in their potential matchup.
I have Canelo. Canelo's more comfortable at 168. He's going to fight again for undisputed for a second time at 168. So this is nothing uncomfortable to him. Terence Crawford's a great fighter, and of course we're starting to see that he can probably make 168 naturally. But again, it's a different division. 147, 168, two different divisions.
Mikey Garcia shared his views on the possible Crawford versus Canelo fight, admitting he's not overly excited about it, but believes it will happen due to the huge financial rewards. He noted that Crawford would likely accept the fight because it would be the biggest payday of his career. As for Canelo, Garcia thinks he sees it as a low-risk fight where even if he loses, he won't be seriously hurt. With a potential payout of $80 to $100 million or more, Garcia believes Canelo will jump at the opportunity without hesitation.
I think they do the Crawford fight. I'm not very excited for it either, but I think they do it because so much money that's being poured out there, and Crawford obviously also would like to take that fight because he's gonna make the biggest paycheck ever. Canelo will see it like a fight that he's not gonna get hurt. Even if he were to lose that fight, he's not getting hurt.
Yeah.
But he is gonna collect fucking 80, 100 million or whatever the he's gonna collect. It's a lot of money, so he'll take it.
Paul Kroll shared his perspective, suggesting that while Crawford might be able to land a body shot on Canelo, he doesn't realistically believe Crawford can hurt him seriously. In Kroll's view, if Crawford were to win, it would probably be by decision rather than by delivering a damaging blow to Canelo.
Can he hurt Canelo Alvarez?
I don't think nobody hurt Canelo. They got a chin now. He could probably hurt him to the body, you know what I mean? But I don't think, realistically, I don't think he's gonna hurt him. I just think he wins it. If he do win, it's a decision.
Nonito Donaire recognized Canelo Alvarez's strength and size advantage, but also noted that Terence Crawford's movement, skills, and technique could give him the upper hand. Donaire believes that if Crawford sticks to his strategy, uses his footwork well, and avoids Canelo's powerful punches, he has a legitimate chance of winning by decision.
You know, Canelo's a stronger guy, the bigger guy, but in the fight with a guy that moves around, and if Crawford uses his skills and his legs and his technique and just his ability, I think he can win. He can win the fight in decision as long as he doesn't get hit with those big shots from Canelo.
Keith Thurman referred to the potential Canelo versus Crawford fight as a superstar level event, calling it the biggest fight Crawford could make in his career, even on par with legendary bouts like those of Mayweather or Pacquiao. He emphasized that while fighting Canelo Alvarez is a major challenge, it will require the perfect combination of athleticism and strategy to secure a win. Thurman believes that despite Canelo's impressive achievements, no fighter is truly unbeatable, and this fight will show whether Crawford's skills can overcome the top dog in the division.
Superstar.
boxing matchup. You know, it's almost like celebrity boxing, but within the world of boxing. You know what I mean? It's just the biggest fight that Crawford can make in his career. You know, it's his Floyd Mayweather, it's his Manny Pacquiao. You know, it's literally Canelo Alvarez, and you know you can't hate on it. He did so many amazing things throughout 140, 147, moving up and going after the top dog here. You know, it takes athleticism and strategy to beat Canelo. There's no such thing as an unbeatable fighter. He is beatable. It's just most people don't beat him, you know? So let's just see what happens, man. I like it.
Abel Sanchez shared his thoughts on the potential fight, suggesting that while Canelo might take control, it probably won't be a dominant victory. He acknowledged Crawford's talent, but pointed out that Canelo is a big man accustomed to facing larger opponents. Sanchez believes that eventually Canelo will catch Crawford and punish him, ultimately hurting him in the process.
On that note, then, Abel, again, provided that does go ahead, Canelo Crawford, do you feel like it's not just going to be an emphatic victory from Canelo? Do you think that he'll stop Terence Crawford?
Well, I think so. Yes. And it's not because Terence is not talented. Terence is a talented fighter. It's just that you're talking about a big man who's used to fighting those big guys. Eventually, he will catch Crawford. Eventually, he will and punish Crawford and hurt him.
Sam Jones, a big fan of Terence Crawford, expressed his belief that Crawford will be too small to compete with Canelo Alvarez. While he respects Crawford's skills, he feels that Canelo's size and strength will be overwhelming. Jones described Canelo as a powerful and solid fighter, not particularly tall, but built like a block of muscle. He emphasized that Canelo's physicality would be the deciding factor, making it extremely difficult for Crawford to win the fight.
I prefer Crawford. Listen, I'm a big Terence Crawford fan, right? I think I love Terence Crawford, huge Crawford fan. I just think in this fight, he's just going to be too small in this fight. Like Canelo is massive. Like he's a unit. He's not tall in stature, but if you've been around Canelo, he's just a lump, isn't he, Canelo? He's a right lump, and I just think Canelo would be too big for him.
We haven't had a chance
Look
to talk.
see Crawford win.
Eddie Hearn described the potential fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford as an intriguing matchup between two generational talents. He recognized that moving up in weight would be a major challenge for Crawford, but suggested that if anyone could make it work, it might be him due to his exceptional movement and ring intelligence. However, Hearn also highlighted that while facing Canelo at 168 pounds is one thing, on fight night, Canelo could weigh around 180 to 185 pounds, which would make the challenge even greater for Crawford.
I think it's a very intriguing fight, two generational greats. You know, I think it's very difficult for Bud moving up that high in weight, but if anyone can do it, it might be him. You know, his movement and his IQ is second to none, but it's different when you're facing Canelo Alvarez up there. You know, not just at 168, but on the night, probably 180, 185. You know, it's going to be a big task.
Kevin Cunningham believes Terence Crawford has the talent and intelligence to defeat Canelo Alvarez, though he recognizes it will be a tough challenge. While he acknowledges Canelo as one of the greatest fighters of all time, Cunningham views Crawford as a special boxer who can move up in weight and still succeed. He doesn't expect Crawford to dominate, but he believes Crawford's skills are sharp enough to find weaknesses in Canelo's style and secure the win.
But can Terence Crawford pull this off?
He definitely can. He has the ability to pull it off for sure. Now, it's going to be a tough task. You're talking about Canelo Alvarez, one of the greatest fighters ever. So I think Terence is special, you know, and it's going to take it takes a special fighter to move up multiple weight classes and still dominate. And I think Terence Crawford has the ability, not to say he'll dominate Canelo Alvarez, but I think he's special enough to where he can find a way to expose Canelo's flaws and pull it off. I just think he's a special enough fighter, and he's gifted enough, and he's smart enough to win a boxing match.
Cunningham further adds that Crawford will not only rely on his boxing skills, but also fight aggressively to earn Canelo's respect. He expects Crawford to be smart in his approach, balancing technical skill with physicality. Cunningham is confident that Crawford has what it takes to win and firmly believes that Crawford can pull off the victory.
I think what you'll see with Terence is a boxer, but he's also going to try to beat up. He's going to get the respect of Canelo Alvarez. Yeah, he's going to box, but he's going to get his respect too, and he's going to be smart about it. You know, so. I think he can. I really think Terence can pull this off.
Bob Arum shared his thoughts on the potential fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, emphasizing that the significant weight difference would be a major factor. While he acknowledged Canelo's high skill level, Arum expressed his belief that Crawford has a superior skill set overall. Despite the challenge of giving away a lot of real weight, Arum mentioned that if he had to place a bet, he would favor Crawford due to his exceptional boxing ability. However, he also recognized that the size disparity could play a crucial role in determining the fight's outcome.
Or is it just 50-50?
It's very, very hard because of the difference in weight. I would think that if I had to bet the fight, that I would bet Terence, because Terence has more skills than Canelo. But he's given away a lot of weight, a lot of real weight, so that matters. But again, Terence is a tremendously skilled fighter. So is Canelo a very skilled fighter, but he doesn't have the same skill set as Terence.
Jaron Boots Ennis highlighted the challenges Crawford could face in gaining 14 pounds for a potential fight with Canelo. He pointed out that the added weight might impact Crawford's speed and overall performance, making it uncertain how well he will adapt until fight night.
You said how difficult is it?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a little difficult because you got to, what are you going to have to put on, like an extra 14 pounds? So he might be a little slower. Or who knows, he could be faster. I don't know. Like, it's just, you got to add more weight and gain more muscle and stuff like that, moving up in weight and things like that. So it's a little harder, but I don't know. You know, we'll see on fight night how he'll look.
Joel Diaz dismissed the notion that Crawford could easily defeat Canelo, describing such claims as unrealistic because of the significant size difference between the two. He emphasized that Canelo's strength and power could alter the course of the fight with just one punch. Diaz acknowledged that while Crawford has already moved up from 147 to 154 pounds, moving up to 168 would be an even greater challenge, requiring him to adjust to a much larger weight class.
A lot of people that say that Crawford can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that, but I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch. And I can see the same thing. I mean, you saw Canelo Alvarez fighting Amir Khan. Now, look at this. Terence Crawford moved from 47 to 54 to fight Madrimov. What did he do to Madrimov? Nothing. Okay, Madrimov was a 54-pounder. Now, to move up to 168, that's 2 more divisions.
Caleb Plant praised Terence Crawford's strength and solid punching ability, noting his skill in switching between orthodox and southpaw stances while effectively controlling the distance, whether up close, at mid-range, or from the outside. Plant expressed excitement about the potential fight, recognizing the unpredictability that adds to its intrigue. He acknowledged that fans are eager to see how the matchup plays out in the ring.
I give him a chance. You know, Terence is freakishly strong. He can punch. He's got good crack. He can fight from both ways. Orthodox, southpaw. He can fight at mid-range, close range, outside, and he can fight going both ways. So it's exciting. It's a big question mark on the end of it, though. So that's why, you know, I'm sure all of us are excited for that bell to ring and, you know, be able to find out firsthand.
Plant also offered advice to Crawford, encouraging him to stick to his natural style. He emphasized Crawford's ability to fight at various ranges and switch stances effortlessly. Plant advised him to remain composed, enjoy the moment, and focus on having a strong training camp. Ultimately, Plant concluded that it all comes down to stepping into the ring and seeing how things unfold.
I would just encourage Terence to be himself. As I said before, from the inside, mid-range, outside, southpaw, right hand, moving left, moving right. He can do it all. So I would encourage him to stay relaxed, go in there, have fun, you know, have a good camp, and let the dice roll, right?
Jose Benavidez Jr. expressed strong support for Terence Crawford, arguing that many are underestimating his chances against Canelo Alvarez. While acknowledging Canelo's size and weight advantage, he highlighted Crawford's sharp boxing IQ and tactical mindset. Benavidez also voiced his frustration that his brother, David Benavidez, never got the opportunity to face Canelo, though he noted that only Canelo knows the reason behind it. Despite this, Benavidez remains confident that Crawford would make the fight exciting.
A lot of people are counting Crawford out. Crawford's he's smart, he knows what he's doing. Canelo, you know, I mean, he's not that big of a guy. He obviously weighs more, but I mean, you can't take nothing from Crawford. He goes in there to win. So I mean, I feel like it'd be a good fight. You know, it sucks that my brother didn't get the opportunity, but I mean, only Canelo knows why it didn't happen. And you just got to keep moving forward, you know, got to keep moving forward, but it's going to be a good fight to watch.
Benavidez Jr. praised Crawford's ability to switch stances, making him an unpredictable and versatile opponent. He pointed out that many fighters already fear Canelo, giving him a psychological edge, but he is certain Crawford won't be intimidated. Instead, he believes Crawford's strategic approach could help him take control and gain the upper hand in the fight.
With him, he adjusts. He's a smart motherfucker. He adjusts. He's not only does he switch from southpaw to orthodox, but he's just a smart. He has a high IQ in boxing, you know, and that's what I feel like. All these fighters that go in there to fight Canelo, they already go in there scared, is what I believe, you know, that which already beats him, you know. So Crawford's gonna go in there to fuck, not gonna go in there to fucking. So I mean, I have it going Crawford, bro, to be honest with you.
Adonis Wilkins analyzed the upcoming fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, suggesting that Crawford's move up to 168 pounds could work against him. While acknowledging Crawford's talent, Wilkins pointed out that adding more weight after already moving up to 154 pounds might affect his speed and agility. He emphasized that Canelo's power would be a crucial factor, as Crawford might not carry the same punching power at the higher weight.
Man, if the paperwork gets signed up and finished, if Crawford can get him to come down some weight,
no, it's gonna be at 68.
That's a bad look for Crawford. I love Crawford, dog. I think he's real talented, but we see him at 154 going up in weight class, and he kind of struggled. He didn't struggle, but that weight was definitely a difference. To go up another 2 weight classes after that, we're gonna see a lot slower Terence Crawford. Yeah, his boxing ability is there, but Crawford don't hit like Canelo. Canelo's coming down for that fight. It's gonna be rough. So I'm going to give it to Canelo. Love Crawford.
Wilkins predicted that Canelo would win in the later rounds, drawing comparisons to Canelo's fight with Caleb Plant. He expects Crawford to start strong, but to lose stamina by the 10th round, allowing Canelo's power to take over. Once the fight enters the later rounds, Wilkins believes Canelo will land heavy shots and wear Crawford down, ultimately securing the victory.
Fight going. How does it go?
I'll say he's going to get him in the later rounds because of the weight difference. The weight difference is going to affect Crawford's win most likely. So he's probably going to slow down around 9th, 10th round. I think it's going to end up just like the Caleb Plant fight. Caleb Plant was winning that fight until them later rounds. So when it gets into them later rounds, I think Canelo's going to speed it up and start really hurting him with the power shots.
So what are your thoughts on this? What do you think about the fight? Share your thoughts in the comment section and make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video. Also check out other videos on the screen.